Good morning, everybody. This is Damon Bond of Bond Realty Group, located in Bridgeport, Connecticut, licensed real estate broker in Connecticut and New York. I hope everybody is well today. If you have any questions or comments or anything, you always give me a call, text, email. My email is dbond011@gmail.com. That's dbond011@gmail.com. My number is 203-394-8123. And ask to get in touch with me, and I'll respond to all questions and comments and observations that you may have. All right, everybody. So I hope everybody's doing well. Today, I want to discuss, because a lot of people have asked me that, particularly somebody over the summer who was interested in buying a home, and then they told me they were thinking about being a real estate agent. So I figured I'd just give you the breakdown of what it takes to be a real estate agent, and if there's enough time, what are your expectations to be a real estate agent. I think I could do, both in the amount of time that I have. So first of all, why do people want to become a real estate agent? Some people tell me they like the idea of getting money. All right. They like that. Some think they'll be rich. You can be wealthy. You can be rich, rather. It depends on a certain set of circumstances. Some people say they like the flexibility and freedom, making your own hours and things like that, which is good, which is true. And all these are valid reasons. But first, let me go on to what do you need to be a licensed real estate agent? Well, I'm going to focus on Connecticut and New York because I know Connecticut and New York very well. All right. In Connecticut, if you want to be a licensed real estate agent in the state of Connecticut, you need 60 hours of real estate education. It doesn't mean you go to a university or a college or a community college. It means you take courses at an approved real estate school. That's what you do. Same thing in New York. In New York, it's actually 75 hours to become a real estate agent. And once again, you take courses at an accredited real estate school. Like Connecticut is nothing, you're not going to have to go to college or anything like that. It's just an approved real estate school that's approved by the state, and you take courses there. On average, real estate courses cost about $500 usually on average. Some maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more. But on average, you can spend about $500. Usually to accommodate people, they do offer courses during the day, just in case you're not doing anything during the day and you can do your business during the night. They have courses at nighttime as well, and they have courses on weekends. And you can expect to spend, like I said, if it's a 60-hour or 75-hour course in New York and Connecticut, you could pretty much, on average, spend about maybe 4 hours, 4 days a week going to class over a 2-month period or so. Roughly, it's about 6 weeks per period. That's what it's going to take. And so that's how you start off with. And usually the books are provided with the tuition you pay. And depending on what school you go to, you'll have a quiz, you'll have readings, you'll have a quiz every night. You'll have a midterm that you take, and then you have a final. So it's important that you pass the midterm and final. I forgot what it is for salespeople in New York and Connecticut. I want to say 75%, or it could be 70%. I think 70% for real estate agents. But you have to score at least a 70 on a final exam. Once you score, or I believe 75, check it out. You can always check this. It's either 70 or 75%. I forgot which one it is. But once you have completed that exam, then what you'll do is you'll send the test results to the state. So if you're in Connecticut, you'll send up to Hartford. If you're in New York, you'll send up to Albany. And pretty much that's it if you pass. The real estate exam itself will ask you things from the course. They'll ask you about brokerage and agency and disclosures and buyer's representations and all those other good things. Like I said, once you see the course, you'll understand what I'm talking about if you're interested in real estate. So that's what you're going to expect. So a lot of people don't know the cost. About $500 is what it costs. Then you have to fill out an application in order to apply to be a real estate agent. I don't remember what the fees are. I forgot. So you have to excuse me. I forgot what they were for Connecticut and New York. But there is a fee attached to that as well. So you send out with the application. And then next thing you know, you'll get your license. Once you get your license, you have to work under a broker, all right? So you work under a broker. The broker is responsible for you. So a lot of times when real estate agents say my listing, my listing, my listing, my client, my client, my client, my buyer, no, it's not your buyer, it's not your listing, it's the broker's listing, all right? Because you are an authorized person to work on behalf of the broker. So you have to find a broker. to work under. Now, how you go about doing that? What's a good broker? What's a bad broker? There's no good brokers or bad brokers. It all depends up to you. In most cases, you'll sign what's called an independent contractors agreement. This is probably done universally, not only in New York and Connecticut, but I'm sure in all 50 states. Independent contractors agreement. Basically, independent contractors agreement is rules, okay, for you, the independent contractor, because as a real estate agent, you are not an employee. You're not an employee because you don't have set hours. You are not paid hourly or weekly or yearly. There's no salary. You get paid for work done. That's what makes you an independent contractor. They don't take taxes out. You don't have any set hours. All right. There's no time to come in or time to clock out. Now, don't get me wrong. There are parameters that are set. Like, if you want to remain with a company, you may have to attend so many, meetings a month or whatever it is. But as a rule of thumb, that's what makes you an independent contractor. So you are an independent contractor. You'll sign an independent contractors agreement with your real estate broker. And basically, the independent contractor agreement will outline, the duties that you have, the expectations for your firm, your expectations for the firm, and so forth. The most important part of the independent contractors agreement for many people usually is commission. How is the commission going to be divvied up? Now, if you are a newly minted salesperson, you can expect to get anywhere between 50% or 45%. So in other words, 45% goes to you, 55% goes to your broker, or 50% goes to you and 50% goes to your broker. All right. That is one of the first things you have. So if let's say your commission for a deal you done, let's say it was $5,000, right? You don't get that $5,000. If it's a 50-50 commission split, you'll get $2,500, and your broker will get $2,500. That's the way it works. That's why a lot of people like to be brokers, but we'll talk about that for another segment. So once that is done, that's that. So once you sign the independent contractors agreement, now what? Well, you're not going to get a paycheck unless you produce. Producing, how can you produce? Well, if you attend a place of worship, be it a church, synagogue, mosque, temple, whatever it may be, that's your sphere of influence. If you are going to hold on to the job you have now, whatever it may be, that's your sphere of influence. If you belong to a civic organization or religious organization or anything, outside of the home, that's your sphere of influence, okay? So your sphere of influence is how you're going to get clients and customers. Your relatives are your sphere of influence because they get referred to you and say, my cousin or my brother or, my uncle or whatever it is a real estate agent. They can help you. That's what you can expect. So you're going to produce a lot. You're going to work a lot, but maybe the gains will be little at first. It's all about perseverance. Now, in terms of fees, you need to pay, usually when you sign up with a place, you're going to have to pay you have to pay for a membership somewhere, usually for some type of board of realtors. That varies. Board of realtors varies from place to place. It could be as little as $500 a year to $1,000 a year. Usually board of realtors that you're going to sign up with have yearly dues, okay? Then you have your immediate dues. So your immediate dues are the upkeep of your license. That's yearly. You have to pay an initial fee. In Connecticut, it's $285 a year or something like that for salespeople's, or maybe $300, I forgot. In New York, it's a little cheaper to renew your license. It's $50 for a salesperson. I forgot what it was for a broker. You're going to expect to pay to be a member of the multiple listing service in your area or somewhere you're going to plan to do business with. And once again, there's no fixed price tag on multiple listing services. I belong to 3 multiple listing service, and so the charges can vary. So you can see you're putting a lot of money out there. So I don't want to go over because when I did my feed yesterday or the day before yesterday, it kind of tripped out on me. So I'm going to just end it there. I will continue the discussion. So we could call this How to Become a Real Estate Agent Part 1. And I'll make another one called How to Be a Real Estate Agent Part 2. So I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, please email me, dbond011@gmail.com. You can always call me, 203-394-8123. And this has been Damon Bond of Bond Realty Group, licensed real estate broker in Connecticut and New York. Hope this was helpful for you. Stay well, be strong, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.